Niveaksiaq aimaappini unaqsingamalaq tikinngamalaq niveaq ivaq nikatjakkumañaanniqsuq tani qeq isiuaqtuaqa toquttaqtaamaniqsit Niveaksiaqaluallu upperingitqa tautuktani tautukunaqtuaq sunapayaaq siquminganiqsoq Niveaksiaqaluallu iñuliaqatingi pisaullaganiqsut qanapimña anuquleqpallqiñam tainnaqumiñaitqa Tamanga ikumawaqtuamin qaqraqpam iñua niptaqtaq sumaalagullaqami niveaksiaqaluullu piitsiñingani agalaan qaqraqpallqiñat sagavingaitchut immeñaurat sagaveqimiu Samanga nunamin pakagahuting nunaqimin Qaikuin tutiing uqallaktuq iñugungaluaq uppik qanaquuma ilisimaneqpaqa isumullaktuq niveaksiaqalualugu qanukkiitapura qaunugingagikpen qillautika piigupku ikayoquniaqalluarikpen kimun tainna nunaaqeq sabaaqitilaanga
Drum is something that's common to all cultures in Alaska. All cultures have a drum that may have some stylistic differences or differences in the materials that it's made, but it's still in recognition of life and vitality, and the drum mirrors the heartbeat. And when you continue drumming soon, it will be in line with your heartbeat, because that's what it's supposed to be, the heartbeat of the community, and it symbolizes vitality. And it's the most tremendous feeling to be in a room and to have one long row of all the drummers and to have the drum beat in unison. It's the most beautiful feeling. And to know that you're connected, you're on the land that you are connected to. And even if you grew up outside the community, that which is in you comes from this area. And it's the greatest feeling.
They're just like other people. They just happen to be very small and extremely strong.
These are stories that are common throughout Alaska. It's normally that people are in a size from your elbow to the tips of your fingers, and they possess superhuman strength. So they may be tiny, but they can carry a whole caribou.
And if you go up north and you talk to a number of the people in the community, they'll talk about having seen the little people.
There's a place at home that we know, but we don't profess it to anybody.
But it's not like the boogeyman.
They can be mischievous, they can be ornery, or they can be helpers.
And every now and then, we might have the opportunity to see them, especially if they want us to see them.
The fact that it's across Alaska really tells you something about our history and how we interacted with nature around us.
Kila rarak tuat ni beak siagaro lo lutkak kita. Asi ane pilit suna ituk to sa guru magan. Beak siagaro lo sabat ko may akalawit imaynyarat. Bakit ka upiyong kailaw din nga? ni beak siya karua loko tingarok kilaw tiligaho ni. Ukpik ko bea tiyapalungarok. Asi tapura pibi takiliw di bea langaga ni beak siya karua loko. Dahil nako ni ay tiyudi kirakangarok. Ukpik ukalagtok. Ubaw na kao nagingagiga. Iligin nun pikit kumlugo.
The bola is what we call kilamitang. And the kilamitang is made out of braided sinew tied out to some heavy bone which you could twirl. In my case, we're catching ducks.
When we're out whaling, sometimes the ducks start flying. And they're good for duck hunting. You know, if you're a whaling crew, you can't make too much noise. So you can't use a shotgun for getting some duck soup handy, you know. So bola was a really handy weapon to use for catching ducks. You know, the ducks fly in, you throw it up and tangles up the bird, and down they go. Dabra tayo na igilehotik. Nibeak siya rolum ato ka upium achuta. sila taane lunaaqqingata innyuqulukkassoraak. Innyuquluum tautukameu nutqaqugaa. Agalaanniviaqsiaqalualu saperinaqsimalu. Qinnalipsaapiaqqustautukameu qilamita. Tabra ivaqtani tautukkai. Annapqaallikkaluaqtuk agalaan igilauniga siqqaqanaqsisiinnyaqtuq. Malaquguni uvluguni uissauvlutik.
The scaredest I've ever been, I was 12 years old. We floated out on a piece of ice while we were duck hunting. It was a bluebird day, just clear blue skies. And there was 3 of us, myself, my brother, and my dad. Next thing you know, we see this dark shadow on the ice. We look and it goes behind us. So we all jumped up, startled, and my dad, he started running. We got back to the ridge there. The ice had fractured, cracked, and broke off, and we were floating away. We were drifting. It was close enough to where my dad would have made it. He stopped and he thought about throwing us across, and if one of us was on the other side, we would be split up. So he stopped, and he just so happened to have a cell phone on him. 911 didn't pick up. That's the worst feeling in the world right there. 911 did not pick up. So he left a message because they record their calls. Once he had relayed that information, his cell phone died. That was the scariest moment I've ever had in my life. We were floating away and I thought we were left for dead. He kept calm during this situation. He's bringing out everything positive in this case. You know, I'm crying, my brother's freaking out. It went from clear blue to dense fog. Within a couple hours, we heard the chopper flying around, so they must have gotten our message. We thought we were saved, and then the chopper sound went away. So we lit some of the sled on fire. It's plastic. We thought black smoke in the fog would create some kind of marker. Chopper pilot had mentioned when we got rescued, you could see a glow in the fog, and he slowed down there, and sure enough, as soon as he slowed down, we got within visual. That was definitely the scariest moment of my life, was floating away and not knowing what the outcome was going to be.
Dabra tuvarum tikitju. Paglan tuawit pagabitchok. Siku nalunak tok kanok igilakaniak silanga. Sasa ko may akalugon nanok ang nagkubit. Pinatitaka bicho. Kakame nanok di ka tsalaycho.
We're very much aware of the climate change. And it's been for many years, even before climatologists were noticing the change, Inuit were already saying, Sila alangoktok. Our climate is changing.
If the heat is going the way it is right now, for us it's going to be pretty bad. Different birds are coming, and they're coming earlier, and sometimes rain is more than what we want, because when there's more rain, we know it's going to melt the permafrost.
In my time as a young whaler, when I was 9 years old, we're hunting from ice that was about 25 feet thick. And there was giant icebergs already floating, coming by. That was the first signs of a changing climate. Ice that never broke before was now moving. Now, here it is 50 years later, we're hunting whale from ice that's 18 inches thick. There's no more thick ice.
It's creating a malfunction in our whaling season is what it is. Actually, more than that, all seasons in general.
I think we are more scientists than more people will realize. We have more knowledge of those things than people will ever know.
Agalan naman na adlaw. Lanip sa kanubayak.
My brother was out seal hunting. He got attacked from behind and managed to grab his knife and save himself. When he came to realize, oh no, it's a mother. We've always known traditionally that we avoid killing a mother. It's always been sacred to us to protect them. He had to present himself to the council, and so he was given the job to mother the baby, and we kept it. It got so big, it went over the barricade one day and got to the dog food, and that was an indication that, brother better go teach it how to survive on its own. So he did. I really got attached to the bear because I more or less grew up with it. And some days when brother took him walking, once in a great while he'd put me on the bear and I would ride on it like a horse. I was just happiest little girl in the world.
Tikisyakkak nannupsit ranga. Asi pimagilipik syuarak. Tikisyak tuot. Tabra an nagkalawaktuk, aglan ilikchureluk. Ano kapi ang kailangan nun ang adimigini.